You've had the thought. Everyone with an indoor cat has. You watch them sitting at the window, tail flicking, chattering at a bird they'll never reach, and something in you goes, is he bored? Have I trapped him? And that quiet guilt is exactly why some people eventually open the door and let a cat out into a world of cars and coyotes and disease, trading years off that cat's life for something they only think is happiness. That trade is a false one. An indoor cat is not a deprived cat. An indoor cat is a cat whose owner hasn't been handed the manual yet. Hi everyone, I'm Leo Bennett, your neighborhood cat guy. Today I'm giving you 7 things that turn a small indoor world into a big one. And there is one single thing, about 15 minutes a day, that does more for an indoor cat's happiness than every cat tree, tunnel, and gadget you could possibly buy. Most owners do a weak version of it and think they've done it. I'll show you exactly how it's meant to look. And the last one is the one I care about most, because it costs nothing, requires no equipment, and it's the one almost everybody skips. Hit like, and let's start with the biggest one of all. Number 1, build up, not out. Here's the mistake nearly every owner makes without realizing it. When you look at your home, you see floor space, square footage. You think, well, it's a decent-sized apartment, she's got plenty of room. But your cat is not measuring the floor. Your cat is measuring the vertical. Outdoors, a cat's world is 3-dimensional. Fences, branches, sheds, walls. They move through territory by climbing, perching, and looking down on everything, because height is safety and height is information. A cat on the ground is exposed. A cat 6 feet up is in command. So when you bring a cat inside and give them nothing but floor, you haven't given them a small territory, you've given them a flat one. And flat is boring in a way that no amount of square footage fixes. The correct way. Start building upward. Cat trees, shelves, a cleared-off bookcase top, a perch on top of the wardrobe. Create a route, not just one high spot, but a path that lets them travel around a room without touching the ground. Different cats have different preferences too, and this genuinely matters. Some cats are ground dwellers who feel best low and tucked. Some are tree dwellers who want the highest point in the house. Watch yours and build for the cat you actually have. And windows, please, windows. Give them a proper perch at a window with a view, because that window is their television, their newspaper, and their sun lamp all at once. Cats follow the sun through a house like little furry sundials, so more than one sunny spot is better than one perfect one. And if you own a house and you have any outdoor space at all, look up something called a catio. Cat plus patio. It's an enclosed outdoor structure attached to your house that lets your cat sit in real air, in real sunlight, hearing real birds in total safety. If you can build one, honestly, that's the whole conversation over. That is the single best thing you can give an indoor cat. Number 2, give them territory, not just space. This one sounds abstract, so let me make it concrete, because 2 very ordinary objects in your home are secretly territorial infrastructure. First, scratching. People think scratching is about claws. It's much bigger than that. Scratching stretches the entire upper body. It removes the dead outer sheath from the nail and, this is the part almost nobody knows, it leaves both a visual mark and a scent mark, because there are scent glands in a cat's paws. So when your cat scratches, they're not damaging your furniture, they're writing their name on the wall. This is exactly why you see claw marks on trees in the wild, from house cats right up to lions on an acacia tree. It's ancient, it's universal, and it is completely non-negotiable. A cat with nowhere acceptable to scratch is a cat who cannot mark their own home. The correct way. Get proper surfaces and get variety. Some cats want a tall vertical post they can stretch to full length on. Some want a flat horizontal cardboard scratcher. Some want an angled one. You will not know which until you try, so offer a couple of options and watch. And whatever you buy, it has to be sturdy. A post that wobbles under a cat's weight is a post they will never use again. Second, litter boxes. Same principle. A litter box isn't just a toilet, it's territory, and cats feel far more secure when their territory has multiple established stations rather than one corner they have to travel across the whole house to reach. So don't put every box side by side in one bathroom. Spread them out across different rooms and, if you have them, different floors. It does a genuine amount of work for a cat's sense of security, and it costs you almost nothing. Number 3. Play like it's a hunt. If I could get every cat owner on earth to change one single behavior, it would be this one, and I'd take it over everything else on the list. Play with your cat. Every day. And I don't mean leaving toys on the floor. Toys on the floor are furniture. I mean interactive play. You holding a wand toy, moving it with intention. Here's why it matters so much more than people think. Play is not about burning off energy, although it does that. Play is about reminding your cat who they are. Your cat is a hunter. Every instinct they have, every reflex, every piece of hardware in that body was built for hunting. And the great tragedy of the bored indoor cat is a hunter who never gets to hunt. That frustration doesn't just evaporate. It comes out as over-grooming, as 3 a.m. zoomies, as aggression, as picking fights with the other cat, as scratching things you'd rather they didn't. The correct way. Play with purpose. Don't stand in one place waggling a wand at your cat's face. That's not prey behavior, and cats know it. Move around. Make the toy behave like something alive. Dart it away, hide it behind a chair leg, let it go still, and then twitch. Let your cat stalk, chase, and pounce. And here's the crucial part most people miss. Let them catch it. A hunt with no capture is just frustration. Then, right at the end of a good play session, feed them. That completes the sequence their brain is actually running. Hunt, catch, kill, eat. Do that, and the cat that follows is a calm, satisfied, sleepy cat. Do it before bed, and you may also solve the 4 a.m. wake-up call you've been complaining about for 2 years. Number 4. Stop handing out free food. Think about what eating actually involves for a cat in the wild. Searching, stalking, solving problems, failing most of the time, trying again. Now think about what eating involves for your cat. A bowl appears, full, on the floor, in the same place, forever. All of the challenge has been surgically removed, and we've done it out of kindness, but it means a cat can go their entire life without ever solving a single problem. And the mental side of that outdoor life matters just as much as the physical. Outdoors, a cat is constantly problem solving. How do I get up there? How do I get around that dog? How do I reach that thing? Indoors, that whole system goes unused. The correct way. Food puzzles. These are feeders your cat has to manipulate to get food out. Rolling balls that release kibble. Boards with compartments, towers with holes. Your cat has to work out how the thing functions, and that scratches the scavenging and hunting itch at exactly the same time. There's a whole free resource called Food Puzzles for Cats, built by behaviorists, which ranks them from beginner to expert. Start easy, because a puzzle that's too hard just gets abandoned, and let them build up. And there's a bonus here that matters as much as the enrichment. It slows down the eating. A bowl of food dumped out at once is how you get an indoor cat who is, let's be honest, a bit round. A puzzle turns dinner from a 10-second event into a 15-minute activity. Number 5, train them. And I already hear the objection, because everyone makes it. Leo, cats can't be trained. Yes, they can. That myth exists because we tried to train cats the way we train dogs, with pressure and correction, and cats are entirely unimpressed by that. But cats work brilliantly with reward-based training, and you can start today. Clicker training is the easiest entry point. You use a small clicker to make a sharp sound at the exact instant your cat does the thing you want, then immediately give a treat. The click becomes a marker, a message that says that, right there, that's the thing that just earned you something. Cats pick this up remarkably fast. Sit, spin, high five, come when called, which is genuinely useful if you ever need to get a cat into a carrier or out of a cupboard. And from there, you can go further into cat agility and obstacle courses. Yes, that is a real thing people do, and cats enjoy it. The correct way. Keep sessions short, a few minutes at most, and always stop while your cat still wants more. Use high-value treats, not their regular food. And understand what you're actually buying with all this. It's not the tricks. It's a cat who has to think, solve, and focus, and who is doing it with you. Every one of those sessions is a small deposit in your relationship, and a cat who learns that engaging with you produces good outcomes becomes a more confident cat across the board. And once you've got that going, there's one more level: harness training. Taking your cat outside safely, on a leash, is a wonderful thing for the right cat. But note the 3 words I just used: for the right cat. Some cats love it. Some cats find the outdoors genuinely terrifying, and forcing that on them isn't enrichment, it's an ordeal. If your cat is perfectly content watching the world through glass, leave it there. That's a complete life. And if you do try it, use a proper vest-style harness with secure fastenings, not the thin figure-8 kind with a loop at the neck and a loop at the middle. I've seen far too many cats reverse straight out of those. Acclimatize indoors first, wear it around the house, then a leash, then the garden. Never straight out the front door. Number 6. Consider giving them company. This one gets argued about, and I'll be honest that it isn't universal, but here's my position. Most cats do better with another cat. The image of the cat as a total loner is outdated. Cats absolutely do live socially, and a well-matched pair will groom each other, play with each other, wrestle out their energy, and keep each other's brains busy during the 8 hours a day you're at work. And this matters most for kittens. If you are adopting a kitten, adopt 2. I say this constantly, and I'll keep saying it. People assume 2 kittens is double the work, and it simply isn't. It's roughly the same work, plus a built-in playmate. 2 kittens raised together learn how to be cats from each other. They learn bite inhibition. They learn boundaries. They learn how to read another animal's signals. A single kitten often learns those lessons on your hands and ankles instead. The correct way. 2 caveats, and they're important. First, some cats genuinely do want to be the only cat, particularly older cats with long-established territory. And if you have one of those, forcing a roommate on them makes everyone miserable. Second, and this is where most multi-cat households go wrong, the introduction is everything. You do not put 2 cats in a room together and hope. You separate them completely, let them swap scents, feed them on opposite sides of a closed door so good things happen in each other's presence. Then move to brief, supervised visual contact, and only then to shared space. Rush that process and you can create a rivalry that takes years to undo. Do it slowly and properly, and you've doubled your cat's world. Number 7. Give them a rhythm. Cats are creatures of pattern in a way that runs deeper than habit. They're crepuscular, built to peek at dawn and dusk because that's when their ancestors hunted, and their whole sense of security is tied to knowing what happens next. Outdoors, that rhythm is set by the sun. Indoors, it's set by you, whether you've decided to do it deliberately or not. So here's the framework: routine, ritual, rhythm. You start with a routine, something you do at the same time every day. Repeat that routine enough, and it stops being a schedule and becomes a ritual, something with weight and meaning attached to it. And once you have a set of rituals, your cat's life has a rhythm. They know when they wake, when they hunt, when they eat, when they rest, and where you'll be. That predictability is where a huge amount of feline calm comes from. The correct way. The easiest place to start is food. Stop free feeding and feed proper meals at set times instead. That single change gives the day a skeleton to hang everything else on. It lets you monitor appetite, and it stops the bowl being an all-day buffet. Then build around it. Play at the same time each evening, the same wind down before bed. And while we're on the subject of a settled cat, one more thing belongs here, because it's the fastest fix on this entire list. Get your cat spayed or neutered. An unaltered cat living indoors is a cat in permanent conflict with their own body. A female in heat is genuinely distressed. An intact male who can smell cats outside will spend his life trying to get through your window screen, spraying your walls, and picking fights. Those hormones are giving orders that your living room can never satisfy. Remove that pressure, and what's left is a cat who can actually enjoy the life you've built for them. And now, the last one. The one I told you about at the start. It's not a product. You can't buy it, install it, or assemble it with an Allen key. Spend time with your cat. Not play, not training, not enrichment, just presence. Sit near them. Talk to them quietly. Let them come and sit next to you while you read. Have a scratch behind the ears and then let them be. Because here's the thing I've noticed after years of doing this. People ask me how to make their cat happy while their cat is sitting 4 feet away, waiting. We fill our homes with towers and puzzles and posts, and you should, all of it works. But every one of those things exists to substitute for something the outdoors provided. The one thing the outdoors never provided is you. That's not a substitute for anything. That's the entire reason your cat is in a house instead of a field. You didn't bring a cat home for enrichment. You brought them home for companionship, and companionship only counts if you actually show up for it. So if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. An indoor cat is not a compromise. An indoor cat can have a life that is safer, longer, richer, and more interesting than the one outside your door, but only if you build it for them, because they cannot build it themselves. That's the deal you made when you closed the door. Height, territory, the hunt, a puzzle to solve, something to learn, maybe a companion, a rhythm they can count on, and you, actually present in it. Get most of that right, and nobody is missing anything. And the fact that you sat through a whole video about your cat's happiness, rather than your own convenience, tells me your cat landed with the right person. So tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you've added to your home that your indoor cat loves most? I read them, and other people steal the good ideas, which is exactly the point. Hit like, subscribe, and send this to someone who thinks their cat is bored. Thank you for making the world a safer place for your cats, and I'll see you in the next one.